Good morning. We're in Nara. This is Nara, a city known for its rich cultural heritage and adorable deer. It's a popular day trip destination, being just 1 hour by train from either Kyoto or Osaka. But does it have more to offer? This spring, we stayed in Nara for 3 days to see the city's famous landmarks and spend time with the wild deer, but also explore some hidden gems and unique annual events, and see just what makes this ancient part of Japan so captivating. Just a 5 to 10 minute walk from the train station is Nara Park, home to over 1,000 wild deer. Nara Park is very popular during the day, but early in the morning, with so few people around, it can kind of feel like you're in an episode of National Geographic. This is my first time here in spring and it's absolutely beautiful. The deer are just like chilling under the sakura trees. What an amazing, amazing sight. The deer of Nara are sacred animals that are considered messengers of the gods. They roam around freely, and though they seem to generally stick to the parklands, they do venture onto the streets as well. We saw many of them at pedestrian intersections, crossing the roads with everyone else like civilized members of society. He's a baby.
Whoa. Kiki-kawa.
I think they're shedding their winter coats. Oh.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. If you'd like to, you can feed the deer these special shikasenbei, and you'll find little stalls selling them throughout the park. But just be warned, they will hound you for these crackers. They're so cute. They're food fiends. The cutest thing though is that they've learnt to bow for the crackers. You can obviously try bowing to them without food too, but they're pretty good at figuring out if you're empty-handed. As soon as they see you have no food, they're no longer interested. So if you need them to get off your back, just show them your open palm. Nara Park doesn't just have deer. It's also home to a number of cultural heritage sites. Okay, quick story time. In ancient Japan, the capital of the country would move with each emperor, but then in 710 AD, it was established permanently in Nara. So even if the emperor changed, it was still in Nara. And then they built this Todai-ji as kind of like the head temple for Buddhism in the area, because Buddhism was really popular at that time. So much so that there were apparently fears that Buddhism might overpower the government. So the capital was moved to Nagakukyo for a blip, and then to Kyoto, where it remained for over 1,000 years, right up to the mid-19th century. Tokyo as a capital is a relatively new thing from that standpoint. The day we visited was the 8th of April, which is actually the Buddha's birthday. Totally intentional on our behalf. What's that?
Amachaをかけるらしい。
Amacha? Ocha?
甘いお茶。
Onto like a statue of the Buddha.
Yes.
And what is that for?
わからん。
We also got to drink some, but apparently on this day you pour sweet tea onto the statue of the Buddha. Not sure why though, so if anyone knows the meaning of this, let us know down in the comments. Omedetou gozaimasu. But the main piece of Todai-ji is probably the giant Buddha statue, which is 15 meters tall, although you can't really tell the size from this footage. You see this nostril? That's the exact same size of this whole deer, which apparently if you can squeeze through it, you get granted enlightenment in your next life. The camera cut out here, but I promise you, I squeezed through.
Kaki-no-ha寿司はな、奈良県の伝統的な料理です。まあ、酢飯にサバとか鮭とかエビとか魚を乗せる、まあ、寿司みたいにしてそれを柿あるやんパースモン柿の葉っぱで包むね。そしたら柿の葉っぱのいい香りが寿司に移るやん。それが独特の風味を味わえると。そうしかもなんかその柿の葉っぱに包まれてるからその手が汚れずに済むという。
So it comes in the leaf?
そうそうそう。
No, do you eat it with the leaf?
いやリーフは食べへん。
Oh, you don't eat that. You have to like unwrap it.
そうそうそうそうそう。
What does it say?
これはまず春日大社、で参道っていうのはお参りする道。なぜかこれ春日大社参道こっちやねんけど、まあ、本殿があっちやからみんなあっちに行くねん。
あ
鹿に聞いてみよう。すいません。すいません。
He's bowing at everyone trying to get a snack. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
髪の描き方独特。
World Heritage Historic Monuments of Ancient Nara, Kasuga Taisha. Kasuga Taisha is a big shrine in Nara Park, and it was the family shrine of the Fujiwara clan, which were potentially the most powerful family in Japan back when Nara was the capital, and for a good 400 years after that too.
いた。当たった。低いね。
To give a somewhat loose comparison, they were like the Stark family in the Game of Thrones, being like advisors or regents or just marrying emperors. I'm not saying the emperor was Joffrey in this example, let's be clear. This is a Shinto shrine, which is said to be the indigenous religion of Japan, whereas Buddhism was imported from China. I'm still learning about this myself, but from my understanding, Shinto is the worship of spirits or gods called kami, which inhabit all natural things, rocks, wind, ancestors, everything. In Japan, Buddhism and Shinto coexist, but what I notice at a lot of Shinto shrines is the great respect for nature. I really like that about it. Kasuga Taisha is famous for its bronze and stone lanterns, which were donated by worshippers over the years. They light them up twice a year for festivals, I think, but inside the paid area of the shrine, you can go into a black room and see some of them lit up. It's really bright outside.
どうした？
で？
このさ、
そこまで
下まで綺麗に整備されてるの。
How do you reach that? How would you like rake that? That's so cool.
おお、来ました。
So far today we've explored the area around Todai-ji and Kasuga Taisha, but there's still a lot more here. And it feels like the deeper you go, the more magical it gets. I kind of get the feeling that there are shy deer and outgoing deer. There's the ones that are super confident in their ability to get crackers, and they're out by the street vendors. But back here, I mean, it's not even that far away, but these guys just seem much shyer. They seem to be pretty happy just munching on the falling sakura leaves. Do they even taste good? Wow. Yum. The deer looked interested at first, but now they're just leaving us alone. It's really tasty. なんか普通の抹茶と違う。
どう違いますか？
なんか変わってる甘みがある。
塩味？
No, tastes like shampoo, like in a good way.
ないそんな。
Here's a secret tip I learned from a friend that lived in Nara. Todai-ji is not just about the Great Buddha Hall. The park called Nigatsu-do, with awesome views over Nara. It's maybe a 5-minute walk behind the Great Buddha Hall, and it's free. We're staying in a hotel located between the two main Nara train stations. It's a good location, but from the depths of Nara Park, where we were, it took us about 30 minutes to walk here. And we have this ambiguous space here. We're having dinner in an izakaya called One. It's literally across the road from the hotel and right next to JR Nara Station. English menu available. It's a pretty standard izakaya. There's a 500 yen sitting fee and just all the regular izakaya goodies.
There are spicy cucumber maze soba. This is called taco wasabi. It is raw octopus with wasabi. This is a cold tofu dish called hiyayakko. It's really yummy. I'm not sure what this is. I thought they were sweet potato sticks, but they might be fish sticks. So. Do you know what it tastes like? You know those pink prawn crackers that they sell at like the Chinese restaurants in Australia? That's what it tastes like. These are minced chicken balls with cheese in them. And I think that's a raw egg on the side.
And this is the spicy soup thing. Looks so good.
So this is our mochi with cheese. These are our jumbo gyoza. Look at the size of them. I don't know if you can see how big they are. They're huge.
Finally, this fried chicken. Looks so good. I loved it. I love izakayas. Kay said it was average, but he's too critical of restaurants. The only thing I didn't like was the octopus wasabi thing, but that's not new. I've never liked it. We always get it because Kay loves it, and I try it every time, thinking maybe my taste buds have become a little bit more refined since last time, but no.
And it was pretty affordable. I think the two of us ate for like 90 Australian dollars. Pretty good.
Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. and we are on our way to what is considered the most beautiful sakura viewing spot in the whole country. It's a mountain called Mt Yoshino. It's about 1 hour drive from our hotel in Nara. It's still technically in Nara. You can get there by train as well. There's a station called Mt Yoshino, but we wanted to get there super early, so we rented out a car. Mt Yoshino in Nara Prefecture is one place that keeps popping up again and again on my social media, and the shots look unreal. So this place was on my bucket list for spring this year. We're heading there super early to try and get the mountain and its views to ourselves. Hopefully.
Mansha?
満車マジで
そんなことある?
So we got here at 6 a.m. and the car park is full. Oh my god. And there's already so many people. So Kay's just dropped me off and is going to go look for a car park. I'm going to head up the mountain. I was a little worried about trekking the mountain without Kay, but I had a mission, so I was putting all my focus on that. I'd had a bit of trouble researching for this trip, but what I did know was the shot that I wanted was most likely taken from a lookout spot called Hana-yagura. And potentially everyone else on this mountain was heading there too, so I had to be quick about it.
It's a bit of a hike. The air's so nice and fresh. And the bird sounds.
Unfortunately, I have the attention span of a goldfish, so I stopped about 50 times within the first 30 minutes. But I mean, look at the view, how can you not stop? So Kay caught up to me about halfway there, which was good timing because I'd started going up the wrong road. So this is Hana-yagura observation point. At least I think it is, I could be wrong. It didn't look how I thought it would. I don't know. I just felt a bit catfished at first, but most likely I was just in the wrong place or using the wrong camera lens, or maybe we had missed the cherry blossom peak so the trees didn't look so bright. I also think we had a bit of haze this morning in the sky. Anyway, I was feeling a little confused and I hate to admit it, but bummed out that I couldn't seem to figure out what information I'd missed or why I couldn't seem to get the shot. So as we headed down, we stopped by a little traditional looking rest spot that was just opening for the day and got something called a sakura cola and some mochi. And then it started snowing sakura petals.
It's so tasty after a hike, isn't it? And you've got little petals in the plate.
This stuff is so tasty, especially after a hike. I drank it all. Refreshing break, and Kay hasn't stopped raving about that sakura cola since. As we kept walking down, I realised I think I enjoyed the hike up more than the actual observation point. Instead of rushing to get to the observatory before everyone else, I should have just chilled out and enjoyed the serenity and the awesomeness of the mountain sakura. They've closed the road here now, and now it's just a really nice space with lots of street food stalls and obviously beautiful sakura lining all the streets and houses. It's so pretty. There are some absolutely beautiful cafes and restaurants with insane views, but we were unfortunately unable to land a table. We just ate a lot of street food instead. What did you get?
かぶつけ。そうそうそうそう。桜コーラハマったわ。あれうまかったわ。あれハイクのあったからうまかったんかな。
多分暑いから。I couldn't actually find much information in English on visiting Mt Yoshino in the spring. So here are some things I wish I knew before I came for my first time, just off the top of my head. Obviously, my knowledge is still lacking, so if there is anyone watching with Mt Yoshino expertise, please feel free to add to this list down below in the comments. First of all, there's a number of different sections and they all bloom at different times. So keep your eye on the official website for updates on blooming status.
下千本の下って何かわかる？
下。
中千本の中何かわかる？
中 middle
上千本の上は
is up. So lower, middle, and top 1,000 trees. That's 3,000.
でも
Right?
なんかそうまあ厳密には10万本以上あるんですよ。
Oh, okay. That's fake news. There's about 30,000 trees. There's a lot of lookouts and spots that are off the main road, which we only realised on the way down. And I think we missed most of them. Like this spot here that looks stunning. I have no idea where this is and I'm so upset that I missed it. The earlier you go, the better. If you're driving, go as early as you can to get a good park. Car access to certain areas will end around 8 a.m. And be prepared to wait a few hours to get off the mountain afterwards as well, because there's only one road. The ropeway opens at 8:30 a.m., which I think is a little bit earlier than what it says on Google Maps, just during cherry blossom season. And it covers a short but very steep section at the start of the hike.
That's the line for the cable car.
We hopped on the ropeway at about midday just to see what it was like, and we waited a bit over 20 minutes to board, and then we rode it for about 3 minutes. There's also a bus that takes you all the way up the mountain from Kintetsu Yoshino station all the way up to the entrance of the highest section, but this one might have a wait time too. And get ready to line up for everything, including the toilets. Try some sakura cola. Tastes really, really good, especially after a hike. Wear good shoes and bring some sunscreen. Do I think it's worth it? Yes. I will be back next year. After a bit more research and maybe with a drone.
すげえ。
みんな桜みたいなゆっくり行ってる。
いいよいいよ。
Good morning. It's day 3 in Nara, and today we are off to a temple called Tsubosaka-dera.
大きなおにぎり鮭。セブンの3個ですね。
It's just a floor of sakura leaves. It's so pretty. I like how the Buddha is like looking out at the Nara landscape. It's so pink.
坪坂寺って絵を守るブッダとして知られていますと。
Even though the Buddha's eyes are closed.
そうや。
Oh.
シンプルに言うと目のお寺。
So this is perfect for me because I have horrible eyesight.
ほんまに直してもらってくれ。お願いします。
お願いします。
ここのお寺の元にあった話、ストーリーが書いてるんだけど、300年以上の昔な目が見えない人と、でその3歳年の離れた奥さんが一緒に暮らしてて、で貧乏やって、で旦那さんは目が見えへんから三味線ペンペンペンペンペンな、わかる？
わかる。
あれを教えて暮らしてたと。で給料が安いから、あんまりいい生活はできなかったけど、楽しく過ごしてましたと。けど一つ不安があったと。でその不安っていうのが、朝4時になったら奥さんが毎朝どっか行ってるっぽいね。でおかしいなと思って聞いたら、好きな人おんのかなと思って聞いたら、いや違うと、実は今までずっとここの観音様、彼の目が治るようにって言って毎朝4時になったらお願いしますって言ってて、で自分はいやこんないい奥さんおらんわ、こんな疑って自分はバカだと思って自由にしてあげようと思って自分は自殺してん。で奥さんが慌てて帰ってきたら旦那さん死んでるから、もうありえんって言って辛いから自分も自殺すんねん。2 伝えてほしいんだけど、それを神様観音様っていうのが2人を助けて、プラス目も直してあげて、目が見える世界。
でももう死んでた。
いや生き返らせたっ
生き返らせた。
ていうストーリー。
It's like a Japanese Romeo and Juliet, but with a happy ending.
はい。ここで自殺したんや。
え？
坪坂観音はな、この目の観音様として有名やんか。で、目に関係するもんもいろいろ相談されるらしいねんな。で、眼鏡の相談もあると。で、その古くなった眼鏡は産業廃棄物として処理されるやん。でもなんか捨てたくない人もいるやん。自分の目をずっと守ってくれたっていう眼鏡に感謝する人はここに眼鏡を収めて。
そうなんや。
そう。
So it's like a glasses graveyard.
そうそうそう。
That was so pretty.
よかったね。ここなんかさ、桜のピークの時に来なあかんと思ったけど、意外にピーク終わってからも楽しめるな。こんな感じで。
こんな感じ。
こんな感じで。あ、飛ぶ。行け。早く行け。ここ見える？虫嫌い。
Can you open the back window? Okay, he's gone. You can relax now.
Huh?
He's gone. Oh, there he is!
We stopped for lunch at a cafe close to our next destination called Hill Toko Cafe. It's a cute little cafe that puts a lot of thought and effort into the presentation of their meals, which are super tasty. It was quite busy, probably because of cherry blossom season, so service was a bit slow. If you're short on time, you might want to keep that in mind. This is called the Matabei-zakura.
これ電気流れてるらしい。触ったら。
It's named after a samurai called Goto Matabe because apparently he... Okay, so I was doing research to try and find out who this Goto Matabe was, and some sources say he died in battle, but then some say he escaped to this location here and became a monk, which is why this tree, which is 300 years old, even though Matabe lived 400 years ago, was named after him. Anyway, it's huge. It almost feels like the other trees were planted here to just portray the actual size and beauty of the Matabei-zakura. This place is only 100 yen entry, and it's a nice little detour out here in the Nara Prefecture countryside. Anyway, we drove back to Nara City to return the car and squeezed in one last activity before sunset. This one is in Nara Park, so you don't need a car to get there. But you do need to mentally prepare yourself for a bit of a hike.
Not as super fun and beautiful, but it's a lot of mountains and a lot of climbing. Back away slowly.
You can climb Mount Wakakusa any time of the year except in winter, and in January they have a mountain burning ceremony here. It is a steep climb, but it only takes like 15 minutes to get to the summit. There's a small entrance fee, but deer can enter for free. Just note that there are no rubbish bins here, like at all. My guess is so that the deer can't rummage through them. Anyway, thanks for joining us on this Nara vlog. Let me know if you have any other places in Nara that you really enjoyed down in the comments below. But otherwise, yeah, see you in the next one.